back. Thanks for tuning back in here to RGB LAN 6's various tournament coverages. I'm Mike Lowry here, joined by the Micro Cheese, and joined by you as we're getting ready for our PUBG third-person perspective tournament. It's going to be quite an interesting show here, Micro Cheese.
Yes, it will be. I believe we covered this last year as well, and we had a lot of fun with that. This year we're a bit more prepared. We actually have a map where we can see what's going on.
We'll still be sure to butcher every single pronunciation possible here.
Oh, totally. I mean, that's what they get for picking all the islands that are off like the Turkish coast. That's
exactly.
That's on them.
But one thing that if you were tuning in just a few moments ago, you were able to see some of our various staff members setting up our stage for Midnight Madness, which will be following this tournament. I cannot highly enough recommend sticking around for that part of the broadcast as well. Is there really a way that you can put Midnight Madness into words, Micro Cheese? Is there any kind of way to boil it down just to give the viewers an idea of what to expect?
It's crazy. I was crazy once. They locked me in a room. Pretty much.
That's
it's
as succinct as it gets right there.
It's whatever they come up with. I have no idea.
But we're not just gaming for insanity or craziness or madness. We're gaming for good here. And the RGB is supporting 3 wonderful charities. We have
right over there. But we are going live with esports. This is going to be PUBG third person. As soon as the game loads.
Yeah, the match is loading up right now. While we have this brief moment here, a quick highlight of the 3 different charities that we're supporting here. We're supporting Julia's Grace for the red team, Help Hope Live for the green team, and the Philly Tech Sisters for the blue team. As our match is getting loaded up, and everyone's starting to get in the waiting lobby here. Golden Pity with quite the undercut there. My goodness, I'll have to talk to his barber. And we have our very interesting pre-match strats. I think last year we had a very interesting one of we had snake strats where people were laying down on the ground and chasing after each other, all completely prone. 45 seconds until the match will kick off here. We should have roughly 25 players, I believe, for our third-person perspective tournament here, which will give us a little bit of time to soak in the beginning, as we'll have a little bit of extra space to work with here. Players will have much more time to gear up, a little bit less stress in the beginning, but that doesn't make things easy later on here. And the snake strats are coming through as Das Router and Rakoa both have encountered snake strats, as Spike Spiegel and Rakoa are beating up on each other here. Although it won't matter now. It'll only matter when the match starts right about now. And we will show you what's going on in just a moment. Here's a beautiful plane shot here, specifically on Slide Shot, who is quite the driver. I remember from the previous LAN, he had a bit of a fight with a car, and I think he ended up losing that fight. So he might be sticking to his sneakers to getting him around here today. As our players drop in, we can get a bit of an idea for where players are coming in here all across the map here in the flight path.
We're going to watch Slide Shot first, I can take it.
It's a good one to highlight on. But he won't be alone, as he'll have 3 other players in the close vicinity, but all of them going different directions. Super Joe Parto and Spikes Beagle might be hanging out together, and Slide Shot and Chester A. Arthur will be pretty close to each other as well. We might get some early action here after all. As we look big picture, we can see some of the other people. We have a few that are still grouped up in the north central area, with Golden Pity probably being the epicenter of the biggest clump. but no one too close. The majority of the players in that first circle here, so not too much movement expected here in the very beginning. The biggest thing, of course, will just be everyone getting kitted, getting ammo, and getting comfortable.
Trying to find... There's Golden Pity. Oh, they are pretty far away from... They are in... What is that? Where is it? Rosho, I think that's what it's called. I can't see the full name. Meanwhile, Chester A. Arthur is just chilling at school. He went to school. Good for him.
It's never a bad time to learn as Chester A. Arthur loads up a Bison. Has a little bit of utility with a frag grenade and some armor. Great start here for him.
Real question's going to be, are we going to catch the first death on stream?
Fingers crossed for that. That would be wonderful to see.
Oh, and over in Ruins, looks like some people might be about to...
It's a little bit left of the circle. Where's Ruins at there?
Yeah, a bit left of the circle. It's going to be, I'm watching Rakoa.
Dr. Leo Spaceman and Rakoa hanging out a little bit close to each other here, so we'll have a bit of a peek in on how Rakoa is doing here with Dyslexic Hobo also coming in from the east. So we will probably get our first kill coming up as Dyslexic Hobo is closing the distance here.
But you don't really know if they've actually made contact with each other because it looks like Dyslexic Hobo is constantly peeking behind them, doesn't realize that. Just
They have to be able to see each other here within the next minute.
They're like less than 100 meters apart at this point. And yes, I'm going with metric. Americans.
Oh, when he gets a sight on him, Dyslexic Hobo is going to have our first pick. Lands a shot on Rakoa. He's scared, hiding behind a tree. Dyslexic Hobo closing the distance here. But Rakoa responds quite well. Coming down to the wire, but Dyslexic Hobo gets the first kill, and Rakoa gets to watch the rest of the tournament. Places in number 23. Dyslexic Hobo, first frag of the tournament.
22 players remain, but does he realize that there's another player near him?
Yeah, Dr. Leo Spaceman had to have heard that engagement, so now he's probably thinking it's a great time to get a peek, see what's going on, see if he can maybe clean up a little bit after that.
Yeah, he looks like he's taking cover, so we'll have to see. And the zones are going to start shrinking. So For those of you who don't know how a battle royale works in this case, a set amount of players are dropped into a large map to gather resources and battle it out, but they don't keep the entire map forever. As the game progresses, the playable area will shrink. Anyone caught outside the playable area will suffer the consequences. And by consequences, I mean death.
Those consequences are certainly dire, and over time it shrinks and shrinks and shrinks until only one survives. But for Dr. Leo Spaceman and Dyslexic Hobo, they're going to have to start moving east as the circle closes in, but they still have another 45 seconds that might go by pretty quick here.
Ooh.
As we peek in now on Slide Shot once again, hanging out with Chester A. Arthur, as we noted earlier. Chester hanging out inside. If he can get a peek on Slide Shot or hear what's going on, he's going to have a fantastic position here. Slide Shot very exposed at this point. But with how Chester's positioned, it doesn't look like he's in any danger just yet. So the two will cross paths briefly, but move along from one another. But Slide Shot's now moving to start to get in his sight line almost.
Yeah, everyone's
close, but not too close. Dyslexic Hobo looks like he's about to get another one here.
Trying to find where he went. There he is.
Messiah to the east, Dyslexic Hobo to the west. And Dyslexic Hobo, I thought he was going to pick up that car. He's going to stick with the two rifles that he's got. FAL, and I think that's an AK on his back as well. So two strong rifles, smoke grenade, good armor. He's looking pretty good here.
Yeah. Just trying to...
Some amazing names that we're seeing popping up as well. Schlong Connery, probably top name.
I think Sean Connery was in last year's as well. I can't remember.
I remember one of the names that stuck out was Trump's Wang. Was probably the most memorable name.
Oh, and we have
Slide Shot losing a battle with gravity. Takes a little bit of damage there, but chugs a Red Bull to to heal those sore bones as one does.
Yes, nothing screams nurturing like forcing your body to release an uncomfortable amount of epinephrine. Or
Exactly.
adrenaline. I'm getting into biology on this shit.
Oh, you're always it's always something to learn. I'll tell you what. And if anybody's going to teach it, I'd love to have it from the Micro Cheese.
I don't think you'd want to, but I mean, proceed at your own risk.
Okay, we got all kinds of time on our hands here. We are 7 minutes in on this action. 22 players still remaining in this third-person perspective PUBG tournament. Thank you so much for tuning in here, and thank you everyone who has contributed here to our various charities at RGB LAN. Once again on Dyslexic Hobo, still hanging out near Messiah, but hasn't quite picked up on his position yet as Messiah increases the gap between the two of them, and we'll keep on moving here.
Currently just looking at the map. There's got to be some sort of... Oh, yeah, here we go. Someone is coming up right near...
Mexican
me.
Fernando, I believe, was...
Oh, he's on a bike. Look at him go. Ooh. Oh, never mind. We're not looking at him.
Oh,
we're looking
at who's going to be looking at him, though.
Is he going to take the shot? No, he's not.
He's just hiding right behind that hill so Mouse could hear what's going on, get a quick peek. But Mexican Fernando bikes on to keep playing for another moment.
He's on a delivery. He's Norman Reedus.
He's got to get it, man. He's crushing tournaments and doing Uber Eats deliveries on the side too.
Now you got me thinking of the Wii Party minigame where it's the two Vespas delivering pizza to the same house.
Oh my goodness. I need to go back and play that. That's Router. Also looks like they got a little bit of a vehicle action going. So the big thing, and he'll be right by Messiah as well, getting some sweet airtime on that. Messiah definitely hears what's going on at this point. Decides either not to engage or isn't landing any shots. He's staring him down.
Slide shot takes out Golden Pity off camera.
Oh, way to go, slide shot with the headshot on Golden Pity. Golden Pity goes down as number 22 in the tournament. Slide shot now and Dyslexic Hobo both with a frag in this tournament.
Looking at health. Oh, someone got killed.
No, that's Router. Loses the fight with Gravity. And Jollies gets the third frag of the tournament on Ellipsis.
I'm just trying to watch the health and seeing where players are doing. Like, Cacao took some damage, so I'm trying to see if anyone's near him. Doesn't look like it.
I think Dr. Leo, Spaceman, and Dyslexic Hobo certainly have to start getting in some action here. Slide shot, it looks like he has a beat on some other opponents as well. Dr. Leo Spaceman looking to clean up anybody running outside of the circle here, but he will just be watching himself running back into the safe zone.
Yeah. What is with Slideshot constantly jumping off the second story of every building he finds?
The boy just was practicing his ups. Spaceman sees a car and wisely keeps cover just to make sure he doesn't turn into road pizza. And he has quite a bit of ground to cover here in the next minute 45 before the circle starts closing. Sounds like some engagement going on not far from him, though.
I think it's mortar fire.
Oh, okay.
Where did... SMG's driving a car. It's got that little thing.
Turn on the radio. Come on, let's get some...
Gotta
see how many radio stations are playing Taylor Swift all at the same time. I won't ask you to sing any Taylor Swift, but...
Well, I got nothing in my brain.
That's all right. I don't have anything in my brain either, and that's just
what people say.
that's what the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania told about me. So I'm just telling you what they told me.
Hey, that's what the Commonwealth of Virginia told me. So
Chester A. Arthur giving a good look at SMGs, deciding not to shoot at this point, just watching the world go by. 3 frags so far, but 4 deaths still at this point, and we are waiting 45 more seconds until the circle begins to close again into the next phase. They got some serious vehicles here on this match.
Is he going for the run at someone over?
Maybe. Oh, Slide Shot's definitely going to hear that. Let's see if Oh, is he gonna stop? No. That would have. He might have known that that slide shot was there. He might be trying to bait him out and see if he can get a pick here. Oh no, he's gonna go in. Slide shot's definitely heard that. He's waiting for it. He's getting ready. Is he gonna be at the right window at the right time? Midget's right outside.
And we hear gunshots.
SMGs is also staring at the
he's
house
right there.
from the outside.
And slide shot goes down.
Midget gets 1 kill, but he has to regroup fast because SMGs is right there as well.
Oh, I think I see.
And now he's gone, but he's taking fire from another player. From Spike's Beagle, he's putting fire down on SMG's car. He didn't even put half his payments on it yet, man. Come on. My goodness.
Someone just jumped off the second story.
Slide shot?
No, dyslexic hobo.
Oh. That was a worthy guess. Way to go, Midget, for the first kill of, or first frag for him in this match.
Oh no, and Dr. Leo Spaceman is outside the zone, so he's currently trying to rush to get the safety.
Oh, he's going to have a tough one here. He's got a lot of ground to cover.
But he is also tailing dyslexic hobo.
Meanwhile, Chester A. Arthur and TFG 49 crossed past very briefly. TFG being very, very patient.
There's a couple players over there.
Yeah, Spike Spiegel also right there. He's going to have a look on Chester if he's able to peek over any hillside right there. They have to see each other at this point.
He sees him. He's taking the shot.
Spike Spiegel lining up. Lands 1, 2, 3. Chester returning fire quite well.
No.
Taking it from 2 angles there, and Spike Beagle goes down. Sandwiched between Chester A. Arthur, who gets the frag, and TFG 49, who puts in the assist there.
Someone's running in from...
So Chester's going to have another dance partner here in just a moment.
Super Joe Pedro was also trying to get into the safe zone and will be showing up next to TFG. And I hear a vehicle. Oh boy.
Dyslexic Hobo gets a second frag on Dr. Leo Spaceman, who had to hoof it but couldn't get quite enough there. So 2 frags, current leader, Dyslexic Hobo. Super Joe Pardo putting fire down on TFG. Manages just to get away in time here.
But he has the low ground, so... And I'm hearing other stuff going on.
It looks like they're right inside the mortar circle. TFG hanging out behind that boulder. If he can peek out just at the right time, he can put the drop on Super Joe Pardo.
Up, and he's gonna get it.
And he's gonna get it right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great shots there from TFG with the S12K getting his first frag of the match. Super Joe Pardo, number 16 on the tournament.
And TFG is about to walk straight into where Chester A. Arthur is.
So as the circle closes in some more, it looks like there is going to be a lot of open field on the on what will likely be the last circle here. Mouse getting a frag here on Kidney. Kidney going down number 15 in the tournament.
TFG and Chester A. Arthur are pretty much on top of each other.
Oh my goodness, did he not see him?
They're in opposite buildings, and then there's also someone else coming off in the distance. I'm not sure who that is.
It's Dyslexic Hobo from the south, but Chester almost certainly had to have heard at least a door open.
They're right on top of each other.
He has to know. He has to know at this point. Dyslexic Hobo taking fire from the south. He's starting to run in on the same buildings too. Yeah, Chester knows. Dyslexic Hobo taking fire from the south from Messiah, who's playing back quite well. He's keeping things good. It's a good thing that Hobo hasn't. If he engages, he's going to expose his position to Chester and TFG as well. But Chester and TFG are bringing the fight to each other instead. So now Hobo knows that there's action from the south and to the north. The safest place for him is going to be the buildings as he continues taking shots from the south. But Hobo's going to expose himself right now to Dyslexic Hobo.
I mean, Arthur exposes himself to Hobo.
And there is a lot of crossfire going on between all these various groups here.
And Dyslexic Hobo takes it.
The hat trick for Dyslexic Hobo, knocking out Chester A. Arthur for number 14. TFG still hanging out, still biding his time. Now he knows that there's another player filling in Chester's spot on that position. Bulldozer also coming in from the east, almost certainly had heard all that engagement that's going on. Messiah cruising up from the southeast as well. Oh, and TFG gets a great drop on Dyslexic Hobo, but can't get more than a single shot on the two. Hobo taking fire from all angles. In the meantime, Mouse gets a kill on My Name is Mayhem for number 13. That is Mouse's second frag here of this tournament.
Ooh.
Dyslexic Hobo circles around the house, giving himself a great amount of space, but Bulldozer starting to put fire in from the east. Hobo is going to be waiting for a shot, but TFG gets the jump on him instead. Dyslexic Hobo, 3 frags, no wins, unfortunately, as TFG knocks him out to put him in place number 12.
And just got kicked out of the house.
His rent was late.
I mean, he's a hobo. Does he pay rent?
You know, yeah, I think you're onto something.
What's up with Bulldozer and Messiah?
I think we're going to have to tune in on those guys later on here because this is a very interesting dynamic here between SMGs, Cacao, and Jollies all hanging out on hilltops practically right next to each other where you could reach out and shake hands, but none of them, well, maybe Cacao now knows what's going on here as he can see SMG's movement, but who's going to put the first shot down? It's not going to be SMGs. He's out of here. He's hopping in his car and he's leaving. Bulldozer, in the meantime, knocks out TFG.
Oh, wait. Oh, why is he getting out? He could have run him over. Come on, SMGs.
So first frag for Bulldozer, putting TFG 49 as number 11, but Bulldozer goes down as well to Messiah. So Bulldozer goes number 10. So we have our top 10 players here. And it is just madness, bedlam, as Jollies goes down to SMGs. His first of the match.
You can just hear all the screaming in the background.
Oh, it's amazing. I hope that is all getting picked up perfectly on the microphone.
Oh, boy. Cacao's going to just see SMG drive on by.
That's probably for the better because he would have found how those car tires felt.
Meanwhile, Mouse is just getting kills off camera. Mouse is currently in a gunfight.
And he's also got a hat trick himself.
And he just lied down right.
It's probably a good play, trying to make sure that you're behind your opponents here. Messiah to the west. Hopefully, for his sake, he didn't get hurt here. We're down to our last 7. Cacao and SMGs right next to each other. Mouse and Messiah right next to each other. Amazingly, Cacao is, he's just keeping his distance from SMGs. It looks like SMGs is probably going to keep using a vehicle for as much time as possible to allow himself to get a lot of space here.
Mexican Fernando is taking shots at Mouse. Mouse might go down here. Oh, but someone's coming in from behind.
Oh, and Mexican Fernando gets killed from behind. SMGs gets another kill this match here. So Mouse fights on for another day. Be sure to thank him, Mouse. My goodness.
Everyone's gotten pretty much back up to full health.
Messiah and Mouse starting to tango here.
And we hear gunshots.
Yeah, quite a bit. Midget's starting to look in from the north, see what's going on here. He's going to be able to clean up here with these two fighting each other.
Midget has a clean shot. Has almost clean shot right there. Is he going to take it? He takes it.
Oh, great grenade from Messiah, killing Mouse, putting him in number 6. Some grenades coming in on his position from Midget as he has the jump on him, but Messiah wisely hunkers down, heals up. But Midget has the positional play here on the circle. He knows Messiah's got to come out. Peeks, gets one shot on him, continues forward, but he's going to reload, regroup. He knows he has time on his side. He knows that Messiah has to come out of that position.
What's SMG's up to?
He's driving.
Good for him. Oh, What if he runs someone over?
I'm waiting for it, but we're going to be watching Messiah run his way back into the circle at this point. Midget choosing not to engage him at this point, which I would have, but I'm not the one playing. I'm the one talking about it. I would have died already if I was playing this one.
Yeah.
Well, you're not supposed to agree with me.
Yeah.
Messiah and Midget both looking in opposite directions here, but Midget's going to have
all
a
just
bit of
so
a heads up
close to
here.
each other.
Get some shots in on Messiah, who's going to be able to fight back. Crossfire going back for cross shots going here. And Midget gets caught in between Messiah and SMGs as Messiah cleans that one up. Messiah with a hat trick in this tournament. SMG with 2 frags. We are down to 4 players here. And what will look like our last circle is going to be pretty much an open section of road. So it all comes down to being able to get that last bit of position and get yourself set up here for success. Schlong Connery just hanging out with his,
Schlong.
with his
You can just say it.
Mosin Nagant in his hands, obviously. Cacao hanging out in the circle. SMGs, of course, driving, as always. And who's our 4th?
Messiah.
Messiah, of course.
Still at the hay bale.
Still killing it. My goodness. He's going to have a bit of a jump on SMGs, but SMGs is just going to cruise out of there. He must have, like, quite the mixtape here. Oh, my goodness.
Oh.
Great shooting from SMGs. Getting a headshot on Cacao. We now have our podium players here. Our final 3 going into the final circle.
I don't think SMG's noticed that he left Messiah behind.
I don't think he cares.
Meanwhile, Schlong Connery has the high ground here, hiding inside a building.
Very, very patient play from Schlong Connery. It doesn't matter how many kills you get. All that matters is that you're the last one standing, no matter what it takes. Great, great play on Schlong Connery's part. Just as a
goodbye
great...
SMG. No, Messiah misses
Ooh.
the shot. I wonder if SMG has found it. No,
Now he's got the information here, so SMGs is going to be able to return fire as well.
or not. What?
If Messiah gives him a chance, who knows? Messiah's in the circle.
No, SMGs knows where he is. Let's see. Or maybe Schlong Connery, who's really close, might end up taking a shot here.
If I was Schlong Connery, I would just wait out for information. Make sure you know exactly where both other players are.
He just opened fire on Messiah.
Oh, my goodness.
You just hear them all screaming in the background.
It's getting hype. Oh, there's another circle, so they got to come out of their position. So now Messiah's going to be the one who has the time advantage at this point.
Schlong Connery at the top floor has to run through a bunch of doors.
No.
This might be the end of Schlong Connery.
No! Just get that
7
in time.
HP.
But now he's... Oh, wow. SMG's not able to finish out that easy kill there. Schlong Connery holding on by a thread.
He's
but
healing.
SMG's
Got some
from
help.
downtown gets the frag grenade kill on Schlong Connery. Schlong Connery, your 3rd place player. So now it comes down to SMGs and Messiah. Messiah in the circle at this point. But SMGs has...
It's going to be a long-range shootout. I mean,
yeah, it is. It's going to be a snipe fest. Who's going to click on a head better? Messiah doesn't have any utility, really, but SMGs has a lot of grenades to help bring that gap forward a little bit, help shrink it, and help bring the fight a lot closer. And that's going to be really important as he needs to work his way back into this circle. Gets a few shots on Messiah, who takes a quick minute to heal. SMGs once again. You know what? He's got to be blasting like Radar Love or something in this car.
Please tell me he's going to go for the view.
Nope. Oh, no! Oh, no! The car flips and he can't get out in time. And Messiah is your PUBG third-person perspective champion. My goodness.
And your runner-up is going to be SMGs, followed by Schlong Connery, who did pretty much nothing and just hid in that apartment building the entire time.
But, hey, third place is third place. Doesn't matter how you get there. You got you got on the scoreboard.
Counting out your top, I guess I can't pull it up there, but counting out your top 10 for today's matchup. Bulldozer in number 10. Jolly's number 9. What is that?
Geflight?
Gef. I don't know how to say that.
Geflight.
Geflight is your number 8. Mexican Fernando, number 7. Mouse, number 6.
Midget.
Which is a shame, because Mouse got some pretty good kills.
Mouse was killing it. Mouse is doing strong.
Midget number 5, Cacao number 4, and we already told you who your top 3 were.
Our top frags of the match, I believe, were both Messiah and SMGs. Did anyone have more than 4?
I don't think so.
Yeah, those are our top frags. Our Messiah and SMGs both had 4 kills in the match. Wow. I'll tell you what, I was hoping that it would be a vehicle kill for the last one. That's like prime chaos.
He just had to flip his vehicle.
If that's not PUBG, then I don't know what PUBG is.
I don't know what PUBG is. Literally the only times I've opened up PUBG have been here. So
that's probably what can also be said for some of these other competitors as well. But wow. So we have a little bit of time before our Midnight Madness. One thing that I wanted to say here too, with our friend coming all the way up from Virginia, coming up to my home state of Pennsylvania, there's an incredible snack that I've been meaning to introduce you to here. This cake that is quite tasty, which I wish they would sponsor us because it would give me a real excuse to put them on stream.
But this isn't a cake. This is a box.
But inside the box are these. Not just any cakes. Tasty cakes. Cake products surrounded by peanut butter and chocolate.
Neat.
So it's a wonderful southeastern Pennsylvanian treat. And I'd love to share one with you here as we have a little bit of time. And man, just incredible stuff. If we can get like a post-game presser with any of our podium players, that would be amazing.
That would be. Until we can figure that out.
Do you want to try to find one of our find one of the top 3? Yeah, just find anybody that placed. Yeah. See if we can get a post-game. That'll be fun. Messiah, SMGs, and Schlong Connery. So while we wait for our amazing support staff here, Slide Shot, trying to get some of our post-game pressers. These are tasty cakes. Cheers. Tell me what you think about them. One of my favorite treats. And I wanted to bestow upon you this box for you to take home if you don't eat them all this weekend. And bring them back to Virginia. Tell them of your story. Tell them of your experiences here and all the wonderful treats. And the treats don't stop for you watching the stream. As we mentioned here, Midnight Madness is coming up. And yeah, what's good? Yeah, what's Messiah? All right, come over this way. Connie, do we have a microphone? All right, perfect. Thank you, Micro Cheese. So we are joined here by our top frag and top placement of the tournament, the S1 Messiah. Oh. Okay, so we have Messiah here on the set. Thank you so much for joining here. What a showing. My goodness.
Oh, thank you.
How did it, what was going through your mind there in the final engagement with SMGs, closing in on that final circle?
Well, I know SMGs. I know he's really good at the game. So as soon as I knew that I had to 1v1 him, I was really nervous. But I actually got really lucky with how the circle ended, like right where I was at the rock. So all I did was just try to take pot shots. And lucky for me, it was when I was at that rock, there was the third player, and he found him. I didn't even know where he was, the third player.
Yeah, that was Schlong Connery, who ended up placing in third.
Yeah,
he was hanging out second floor, pretty much right above SMG, so he had a fantastic position on him. Oh,
okay. But yeah, the SMGs cleaned him up, and so all I had to do was I was behind a rock. I had perfect cover and third person, so I could see any maneuver he would take. And so the circle was ending towards me, and he had to move where he was. So he drove out, and he ended up actually crashing into a railing and flipped his car. So
he must have had some kind of like super cassette tape mix because he was just in that car all match long. It was crazy. Out of those 4 engagements, I know obviously the last one's going to be the most special because that was like the final one.
Yeah.
Of the other 3 engagements, which of those really stood out? Like, did you feel that you really had an upper hand, or did you feel like you were behind the 8 ball with any of them? Because I saw at the end what I had noticed was he had far more utility, which was going to be really helpful.
Oh, yeah.
If he was able to close the gap and decided to walk in rather than drive in. But your utility was, at that point, you had health kits, but you didn't have any grenades.
Yeah.
So were there any times that you felt like you were behind the 8 ball at all with any of your engagements?
For the last ones, I mean, if SMGs, if he took more shots and he had to do more damage, I would have been pretty much screwed. But how it turned out, I actually didn't really need to use any utility because just because of how the circle ended. But the whole game, I was pretty much fighting the circle the whole time. I didn't take any vehicle, and I was running the whole time. And I just wanted to have like the silent approach. But every engagement, pretty much that I was in, they were already preoccupied with something else, and so I was able to finish off after they were fighting.
Yeah, there was a lot of crossfire
Yeah.
on some of those engagements, and you certainly were on the benefiting end of quite a few of those.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I guess it just how it played out. I got to use everything I needed, and that's how I got the win.
All right. As we start to wrap up, I think we're going to start shortly here, getting ready for Midnight Madness. Is there anything that you wanted to say to all our tens of fans that are tuning in for the broadcast here today?
I just want to shout out RGB for sure. This is the 6th one. I've been to about, I think this is the 4th one I've been to. The last 2 I wasn't able to go to because I've been moving around a lot. I used to live real local here, so I would go to every one, obviously, because I could just drive over here. But coming back here for this one, it's been great. All the tournaments have been real fun that I signed up for. And just shout out to Red Team.
All right.
Esports.
Esports. You heard it from the champion himself, Messiah. Thanks for coming back to RGB, and congratulations on your win.
Thank you.
Stick around. We'll be back in just a little bit for Midnight Madness here on RGB LAN.
All right.